this. Yo, what's going on, viewers of the tube? Tyler here, Chico Crypto, coming to you live. 150 people I saw waiting for this stream. So I'm assuming some of you guys have BitMEX accounts. You better not if you're in the USA, because they may know about that now. Hey, 0x. Did I 0x you a question? Yo, what's going on, Michael? How's everybody doing today? Sunday, we got football on. Last night was a Nate Diaz fight, BMF title. Nate Diaz was just getting started, third round. It looked like Jorge was going to beat him, but Nate Diaz comes alive in the fourth and fifth round. I was pissed off, let me tell you. I didn't bet on that fight, luckily, because I knew some bull crap like that might happen. But yeah, Nate Diaz was going to hopefully win. I think Masvidal was starting to tire out. But I'm sure some of you guys don't want to hear about that. You want to hear about crypto. Markets still hovering in since I left to San Francisco Blockchain Week. When I left, they were about 9,200. Now I'm back. We've gone sideways for a while. Ethereum still, most coins are still hanging in their range. A little pump here and there from random coins. Decred has a 10%. Nexo. Chills, that's been moving up. That's something built on Binance. altcoin. Ugh. Never heard IL. Lambda's moved up in the charts too. Yeah, Diaz. I actually, if you guys don't know, back probably like 6 years ago, Nate Diaz was in Chico partying and stuff, and my friends went out to the bars. We had a party back at my house, and he came over. My friends met him, and yeah, we played beer pong, smoked a doob. It was pretty chill, let me tell you. Bitcoin still hovering in the same range, but you guys know. Oh, actually, before I get into the BitMEX stuff, I just want to tell you guys about San Francisco Blockchain Week. That's why I didn't post over the weekend. That's where I was. We have video coming out tomorrow. Pretty interesting video because I go up to a lot of the top projects around, and I'm asking them about the Tether situation because Ivan Manuel Molina Lee indicted U.S. Just a couple days ago. He was indicted to the U.S. So he was arrested in Poland, as you guys know. He is Crypto Capital CEO. He's connected to cartels, laundering money. He was in Poland, but now he's coming to the U.S. There's a reason for that. New York AG is investigating BitMEX. A lot of stuff's coming. So I asked the projects about this. Like, do you guys even understand? Like, the crypto market's 70% built. Like, your trading volume is most likely built on Tether. Does this not scare you? It's an interesting conversation. I did it with a lot of projects. Smaller one like Noyan Network. Projects I've talked about, Waves, Elastos, they answered. A few other projects I talked to, bigger ones like Cosmos. So it's interesting to see which ones wanted to talk about it and which ones didn't. Good morning. What's up, Joseph Green? So I'm sure what you guys tuned in for is the BitMEX hack. So BitMEX did get hacked. It's not like some sophisticated hacker got into their database. Actually, an employee used the function on the email and basically the BCC function and basically sent out all the users' emails. Yeah, it was basically a mistake by a BitMEX employee. That's what it comes down to. But the weird thing is, at the same time, BitMEX's Twitter got hacked. They posted, "Take your BTC and run. Last day for withdrawals. Hacked." That was on November 1st. It's November 3rd. There hasn't been major hacks yet. There is a group out right now called BitMEX Hack Group, which says they have 191 Bitcoin from the hack. Here's once again those. And then Larry Cermak, even though Binance owns this guy and the block, he is posting on BitMEX because Binance hates BitMEX, which I'll get into in a bit later, why this Larry Cermak is all over BitMEX right now. Most likely Binance paid him to start going after him because he's owned by Binance. But 200 passwords leaked. I mean, lots of stuff going down. One of the main accounts is BitMEX Database Leak 1, if you want to follow him on Twitter. They had Tone Vase with his LLT at protonmail.ch, and that has been confirmed to be Tone Vase's email. So it is real, you know. And the thing is, what people don't get is these, yeah, the passwords weren't leaked, but they have the emails. There are hundreds of email databases that have been hacked. So if you use any email and password combination on an old database leak, they are just scanning those right now and hoping a BitMEX user with a ton of Bitcoin in it cross-references back to that leak. But, you know, BitMEX comes out and is like, we would like to reassure our users that while trolls may target our Twitter account, you may rest assured that all funds are safe. So is this, because it was confirmed that the person that got on the BitMEX Twitter was an employee. Was it the BitMEX employee actually warning users that something big is going to come? That's what I think, because, I mean, I had to post this picture. This was right before the BitMEX leak. Arthur Hayes posting weird pictures always. But, I mean, this goes all the way back, I mean, to this video. Like, 2 months ago, I posted.
On July 3rd, just before that announcement, Arthur had a debate with American economist Nouriel Roubini called The Tangle in Taipei. In the debate, they covered crypto exchange regulations, and Arthur said about his exchange, it makes 100 times leverage. So what? He continued, I don't want to force anyone to use BitMEX. We just have a website and don't do any marketing. Somehow a few thousand people have found a little oasis and started trading. Roubini thinks New York DFS and New York AG is the only game in town. Then asked by Andrew Neil, who hosted the debate, whether the regulatory authorities in the US or the UK and the Seychelles are slightly different in scale. Arthur replied, it just costs more money to bribe them. Well, it seems like Arthur directly called out the US government, and they responded with a probe. Not the brightest of moves, but maybe that is why Arthur has been posting tweets of what looks like him either on the run or trying to travel and live out the best.
So, I mean, that's just
of his last few days as a
I mean, this is 2 months ago, you know, the CFTC probe comes, you know, they're probing BitMEX for, you know, what they're doing. Do they actually have the reserves? You know, are they letting US people trade within their platform? And that, this leak just, you know, gives them more reasons to start. I mean, and if you're a US trader and had, you know, an account, it's leaked to you guys. I mean, I guarantee the SEC, CFTC has that list right now and are looking for US users. And this is what sucks too, is Cointelegraph, you know, a large crypto media company, is saying, you know, customers' funds are safe. That's not, no, guys, this goes back to the Binance hack. You remember 7,000 Bitcoin getting taken from Binance? Well, it goes all the way back to a 2018 hack. But the thing with Binance is they tried to keep that hush-hush. They're like, it didn't happen. So then eventually the hackers waited until the right time. 7,000 BTC in the hot wallet. You know, they waited. And that's going to happen this time, you know. Things are going to get swept under the rug because that's what BitMEX is saying, hey, it's safe. Don't worry. And people aren't going to change their emails and passwords. And yeah, another hack is going to happen. There's no doubt in my mind about it. Oh, sweet. I'm sorry for missing your guys' tip. Diego Arce, I thank you for that. I was focused on that. Oh, Dear Dick Axelin, first to tip a $2 tip. Thanks, brother. Team Sam eBay. I like burritos usually. I'm a burrito eater. Nachos are alright once in a while. Apple earbuds suck. It's alright. They work for this. Hey, what's up, Craig? Very nice to meet you. And thanks for coming in the stream. BitMEX whistleblower. Yep, the person who hacked it was a whistleblower because things are coming, you guys. I mean, what you need to do, you guys, where did I put that? Oh, yeah, so this goes back to why Larry Cermak is talking about, you know, exposing BitMEX. when Binance got hacked, did you see Larry Cermak, coming, doing deep research, hitting them hard with tweets? No. And it comes down to Binance, originally copied their futures platform from BitMEX's documentation. As we know, Binance futures are live right now. And Binance just tweeted, CZ Binance coming at them hard, a lot of big crypto names coming at them hard. And it is, Binance does have a futures platform, but this just goes back to BitMEX. Like, don't go from BitMEX to Binance. Binance is a centralized entity, you guys, and they have been hacked before, and it will happen again. So if you are a BitMEX user, which if you're US like me, you should never be using that. I do not think anyone should leverage trade. It just absolutely hurts Bitcoin. But if you do, go and change your passwords immediately. Use the password manager with complex password. Turn on 2FA if it isn't already. Not SMS, because there is SIM swappers. AT&T is notorious for getting SIM swapped. So use a Google Authenticator, or Authy is another good one. That's what I use, because there are backups just in case you lose your phone. Google Authenticator is a pain in the ass. Create a new account with the email ASAP. Use Proton Mail that isn't connected with anything else. That's what Tone Vase did to create his new one. Tone Vase is probably going to have the SEC after him, guys. Because, he got his account closed back in May of 2018, and that was his new account. Disable all API links and create new accounts, new emails for him. Yes, so that is what I'm getting into next, George, and thank you for the tip. I'm getting into, so there was this weird conversation that went on with the chainlink meetup and everything, and it was regarding regulations. And, it just came to my mind, if the Bitcoin protocol or the Ethereum protocol was followed to a T by everyone in the ecosystem, there wouldn't be no need for regulators. If every exchange proved their reserves, if every trade was proved on the blockchain or on a side chain, where do we need regulators? If I hold my own funds, if I'm the custodian of my own funds and exchanges can't do shady things, print tethers, wash trade, and even that, wash trading might happen in a fully decentralized world, but, that isn't, an exchange doing it. And that's the thing. It's if we follow the Ethereum protocol or the Bitcoin protocol to a T, why do we need regulators? The only reason we have regulators coming is because of fools, centralized entities like this. And that's why I'm so bullish on, oh yeah, and this was just to prove my point. Article written just a little bit ago. Rare joint statement from U.S. regulators. Prove crypto centralization is here. It's true. But there are things, BitMEX, if you're a BitMEX user, unfortunately you can't leverage trade, I don't think, Bitcoin on DYDX yet, but you can leverage trade most ERC20 tokens as well as Ethereum. This is a fully no KYC decentralized leveraged exchange. The community, traders borrow from the community. Lenders lend to a lending pool. And it's fully open source. It's code. It's not a person. Again, this goes into MakerDAO. Collateralized debt positions now begun to become named the Vault. I learned that CDPs are going away. It's just going to be called the Vault. But here is actual collateralized loans in a fully decentralized manner. Do we need regulators for that? I don't fucking think so. And then pulled together, a decentralized lottery. All runs off of DAI and compound finance. You earn how much on 6.41 right now. So, you join the pool and you could win 427 every week just by saving your money. It's pays back what you put in at the end, and the winner just earns the interest. So, things like that. If we stuck to the true ethos of Bitcoin and decentralization, we wouldn't need regulators. But fools like Binance, BitMEX, they're asking regulators to come. Maybe we need regulators for centralized entities and no regulators for the decentralized entities. they can regulate themselves. Oh, the stinky, I got some surprises for stinky linkies today, let me tell you. Yeah, Bilal Salim, like proof of keys event. But there are more things, you know, proof of keys is just users withdrawing their crypto from exchanges. You know, a lot of users, whales, are involved with exchanges, so it's never going to fully work. But there are protocol level things being done to have exchanges prove their reserves. And hopefully those get done soon. Oh, of course. Sheikba, thank you for turning in. Yeah, DD, regulators for the centralized ones, like BitMEX, Binance, if you're centralized, you're going to be regulated. If you're decentralized, we don't need regulators. Oh, yeah, 100%, Ken. CZ is doing, I mean, I've been trying to tell people what CZ does. He plays it off like he's building for the industry. The guy's a cocksucker, I'll tell you that. No, I don't. FTX lawsuit? I don't know that one. But one token I want to talk about within the Ethereum DeFi ecosystem, which I see within like a year or two, it's going to be pretty gnarly coming, is Wrap Bitcoin. It has 1.3 million through Compound Finance right now. Supply APR is not that great on it. It's only 1%. Borrow APR is pretty high too. The reason for that, there's not much you can do with it. There's a few things you can do it within the ecosystem. Oh, where's the chart on this? Oh, there we go. Where to buy BTC with low fees? Probably a P2P place is where you're going to find one of the lowest. Oh, there we go. So it has grown. It's, I think probably like 3 months ago, it was only 400. It's grown by about another 100 Bitcoin. It's almost equaling the Lightning Network in actual value. But, you know, the thing about it is there is a custodian for the assets. They do have a proof of assets where the custodian is audited on a consistent basis, the Bitcoin that is held. It's not Blockstream either. They're just using Blockstreams. But this is what I'm excited about. You know, Wrap Bitcoin is one thing. It's when you have a no KYC, no middleman, no bullcrap type of, hey, I want to get my Bitcoin on Ethereum and I want it quick. No KYC, no one needs to know about that. It's coming. It's called TBTC. And that is when you're going to see the Bitcoin liquidity into the Ethereum ecosystem explode. I mean, a lot of the reason why people aren't doing it is because it's a centralized, I don't want them to hold my assets, my Bitcoin. No, if I can, you know, put it into a smart contract, take my TBTC, use it in Ethereum DeFi, return my TBTC, get regular BTC like that, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, John Doe, thank you. You really need to open your own DEX exchange on the Bakkt network. I need to trade on the Chico DEX. That's an interesting concept. I mean, would people trade on my exchange? Would you guys? I mean, I can't be a market maker for it. I don't have time for that. Creating the videos is just, takes my whole day up doing that. Not a big fan of VeChain. I actually saw VeChain at San Francisco Blockchain Week. I saw Sunny too. I was like, hey, Sunny. Not the biggest fan. Yeah, WBTC I don't like. I'm pumped for TBTC. There's a reason I haven't took any of my Bitcoin and turned them into WBTC. And that's too, like when you have TBTC on here, you're going to see a lot more supply on, I would say more in line. It could even outdo DAI eventually because Bitcoin is the liquidity token, you guys. And that's when a lot of liquidity is going to be brought into things like DYDX. I don't know if you can do Wrap Bitcoin on DYDX yet. Yeah, I'm sorry, Scotty P. Got a little early. I actually have to take James down to the airport in about an hour and a half. Rodeo Movies, I might do a portfolio update video this week. Waffles and syrup. I appreciate that, man. I have heard of Bitcoin Zero. I just don't think any of the Bitcoin forks are that valuable, personally. Kenty, I haven't heard the Craig Wright litigation news. Uh-oh. Eventually, I do plan on trying Komodo's DEX. It's just very busy. I just got back from blockchain week. Whew, that was crazy. Oh, so this was pretty cool regarding Bitcoin. First third layer product. This is a P2P app for private instant messages built on top of the Lightning Network. So it is a layer 3. That's pretty awesome to see. And this was actually an interesting post regarding Trezor or Ledger. I have both. I use both. But then this down here, this was an interesting comment, which I was like, man, maybe I should move all my funds over to the Trezor. So Trezor investors. Trezor and Satoshi Labs are not bound to any investment company. We have no venture capital funding because we do not want any external influence or overwatch. This also means that we do not need to follow any venture or capital interest, be it revenue target or market share. Instead, our venture focus entirely on the community. Ledger investors. Ledger X management team comprises of Goldman Sachs, MIT, and CFTC alumni, bringing financial expertise, technical talent, and regulatory experience in the firm. Interesting. What? Charles and IOHK gonna fork Cardano? I wouldn't doubt it, because Japan owns Cardano, you guys. I mean, maybe Charlie did get into a bad deal with Emergo and those guys. But I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I heard there was another delay for Cardano. I told you. So, Stinky Linkies, looking good as always. I mean, I'm very happy with it settling into 266. A lot of people are like, it's going back down to 0. Dude, things don't pump 10x and then don't come down a little bit. Come on. But I'm super comfortable here in the 266 range, especially what's coming on. I mean, this was just released, CME Group to offer real-time market data via the Google Cloud platform. Chainlink's been working with Google Cloud for, links, providing real-time market data. It's happening. And then I was, at the meetup. 0x Protocol, Mir. That was, why can I think of their name? Solana, their own blockchain. I think their marketing guy. I don't think it was their founder. And then Sergey. Whole live stream. I put it on Twitter account. So if you want to check that out, there's some good stuff. Tomorrow's video, we'll have some stuff about it too. So if you don't want to watch the whole thing, we break down the most important parts. But, I mean, a lot of people were asking me this. Like, dude, what do you think about your most hated project and your favorite project getting together and partnering? And I was like, well, I think was I at Blockchain Week? I really didn't pay attention to it. And I mean, and if you look into it, it's really not like, hey, Chainlink's building the oracles for Binance Chain. It's just Binance is supplying data to Chainlink oracles. They're going to make an oracle, basically. Supply data to Ethereum DeFi. That's all it is. And I don't see why Chainlink wouldn't do that. I mean, Binance is the largest exchange right now, and it is data. You don't discriminate against data. Oh, shit. But I let people know at this meetup, even Sergey, my disgust for Binance.
Exchanges, like whatever any exchange, what is set up here, it's like it's a disaster. There's no standard rule.
Well, Binance is a disaster.
I mean, if it doesn't happen in the U.S., like it's gonna happen.
It's just because like all these people, they're like, oh, I need Binance, 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 Binance. We don't need Binance. We need things like DYDX, DEXs. Come on, people. 0x Protocol. I don't know much about HPB. I haven't looked into it, but the good things coming out of China are good. It's just I know the Chinese hustle, and it's strong. So it's hard to even know what's going on in China unless you have a friend there, you know? Did you dig Craig Wright? No, I don't like Craig Wright. I'd like to talk to him. He seems like an interesting fellow. 0x0 X 1111 0x0x. Yes, that is true. Staking and the mesh network go live. And that cool thing about the staking with 0x protocol is it's going to be profitable out the gate. So market makers are going to be making good money. But this is a surprise I have for you guys. Do you feel me? Oh yeah, that is Tyler and the Flannel Man. The Flannel Man himself. I'm posting on Twitter right now. Hell yes, I am. Oh, I got this. I gotta give him a good one. This is my Sergey. Tyler is for fun. I hope that's funny. Oh, can't forget the picture. Yeah, I was waiting to post this. Yeah, that's one of my favorite pictures in the world. Oh yeah, and what I said on it was, this is my rifle. This is my gun. This is my Sergey. Tyler is for fun. I do it on Twitter because I just like to make a statement. You know, a little bit different than a normal person. Stand out a little. I would keep buying Ether. I mean, Ethereum is the collateralized token of the DeFi. I mean, the more DeFi increases, the more Ethereum getting locked up. So, but there are Ethereum futures coming. Crypto-backed gold? I don't think DCEP is crypto-backed gold. It's just an internal token being tested by some banks first, guys, so. Never heard of Napoleonex. I like Reserve. I hold a little bit. I'm not like extremely bullish on it. I'm way more bullish on MakerDAO and DAI. They're way farther ahead than Reserve Protocol. But I do hold a little because it is a decentralized stablecoin, and I like that. Collateral back too. Thanks. I'm not going to say your name, but thank you for in those emojis. Oh, man. Not a big fan of XRP if you know my channel. Oh, I got some funny stuff for an XRP guy, too. I asked him about the Tether stuff, and I found out he was XRP, so I shut him down, like, super quick. He's like, what? So this has been another one of my stinky link calls. If you guys know, I promoted iExec back here. And it has been doing real well. It's over 3x since I bought. And I know a lot of the Chico army got into it. And I'm going to do probably a full video on it soon because I want people to understand what's coming and how involved iExec is going to be with a lot of enterprise applications. So if you guys need to check out iExec documentation. It is probably some of the more complete in the crypto industry. A lot on everything, resources on anything you can think of, you guys. It's very complete. But what you want to know about regarding, you know, the enterprise adoption coming from, especially off-chain trusted compute framework, is their worker pool. So worker pool manager, it's right there within Their documentation, GitHub as well, worker pool manager. So Hyperledger Avalon, I was talking about iExec and the off-chain trusted compute. So if you see right there, iExec blockchain is named right after Intel. iExec already has a partnership with Intel's SGX, but you want to get into the documentation. And Hyperledger Avalon is based off of EEA's off-chain trusted compute framework. And just look, worker pool, worker pool, worker pool, worker pool, worker pool. It's in there, you guys. Like, iExec is going to be used for off-chain computations in a decentralized manner. It's happening. And the thing people don't get is a lot of iExec is live right now. I mean, you can buy computing power with iExec. You can request computing power. You can request DApp stuff, you know. Not only is it you can request computing power, you can request stuff from oracles. Like, they have oracles working on it. It's a pretty complete project, and I have a feeling it's going to pull off another chainlink. I'm not going to speculate on any price movements, but I am extremely bullish on iExec. And when I first bought it, I just bought it, you know, as a quick flip. Because of the Hyperledger Avalon, I was like, oh shit, they're in there besides Chainlink. So I just bought it for a quick flip because I knew it was going to pump. But then I did the research and I was like, oh shit. iExec's a little bit more deeper than Golem. Golem's like trying to come out with a, you know, they are trying a cloud computing, but they're trying to focus on a specific niche of the market, 3D rendering. While iExec is focusing on working with the enterprises in the off-chain, as well as creating a DApp store, a whole full DApp store of, you know, kind of taking the decentralized approach. You know, let the community build the things. We provide you the framework to do it. Now we let the people build. I've looked into Chainlink Ocean Protocol a little, partner, not Chainlink's Ocean Protocol, but the Ocean Protocol a little bit. No, I'm not in on Golem. I think iExec. I mean, iExec, Golem doesn't have partnerships with Intel, you guys. Golem's not in with Hyperledger Avalon. So, I mean, that's just a fact. I think Golem has a higher market cap than iExec right now. Or no, it might have dropped off the map. iExec's been shooting up. Yeah, iExec got higher now. That's good. It deserves it. IOTA is far superior? What? IOTA has nothing to do with iExec. God. Oh yeah, I might do a video like that. I mean, my personal opinion right off the bat is Manero is the best privacy coin, hands down. I mean, the reason Monero is so good, I mean, even the Fed, you know, they have tried to crack freaking Monero and they can't. They've cracked all other blockchains too. So that's when you know, oh shit. All of like the drug hacks back in the day, they're able to figure out, you know, all the hackers who use Bitcoin and all the other Litecoin, whatever. Monero is the only one. They weren't able to identify any balances or anybody. So, I mean, if you like privacy coins, Monero, but like Monero and that is risky because of regulators coming after them for what they do. I mean, eventually, if we have these type of exchanges, DYDX and DEXs out there, we don't need regulators. And Monero can be used, but I don't know. Crazy world we live in, my friends. Crazy, crazy world. All right, guys. Well, it is 6:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:10. I do have to leave at 3:30 to take James to the airport. So I appreciate every single one of you guys coming in for this Sunday stream. excellent time with y'all. 750 who joined. You guys are all excellent. If you want to come into my chat group, check out t.me/ChicoCrypto1. We always chatting in there. And over the weekend, I wasn't in there much because I was out and about. But, of course, I'll be back on Monday trying to answer as many of your questions as possible. And then, yeah, just watch out, you guys. Binance is a proof that, you know, eventually something's going to come of the BitMEX hack. So be wary. What do I see coming from Bitcoin? Like I said, I do see a price drop coming. It's not going to be anything gnarly, but things are coming. And I will see you guys tomorrow. That Tether video, too. It's excellent. Peace.